Welcome back to part 2 of our SQL interview series. This session covers questions 6 through 10, plus a bonus on query optimization. We'll also dive into answers and insights from top companies like Infosys, TCS, Deloitte, Accenture, Microsoft, and Amazon. Let's get started. In this part, we're diving into some key database concepts that really shape how data gets processed and optimized. We'll look at indexes and execution plans, the behind-the-scenes strategies that speed up queries. Then, partitioning and window functions, like row number and lag, which help analyze data in powerful ways. We'll also cover common table expressions, or CTEs, for cleaner queries, and the difference between union and union, all when combining results. Plus, we'll revisit constraints like primary and foreign keys. This is where it all starts to come together. Let's take a closer look at how departments and employees connect in a database. Each department has a unique identifier, called a primary key. Employees have their own unique ID, but they also include a foreign key. That's the department ID they belong to. This foreign key links employees back to their department. It can appear multiple times because many employees can be in the same department. The primary key, on the other hand, is unique and can't be null. It's what makes each record stand out. Here's a quick pro tip for working with SQL unions. When you don't mind duplicates, use union all. It's much faster because it skips the step that removes duplicates. So, if you want every row from both tables, including repeats, union all is your go-to. On the other hand, union will slow things down a bit since it filters out duplicates to give you unique results. Knowing when to choose one over the other can really speed up your queries. Let's talk about common table expressions, or CTEs. A CTE is basically a named, temporary result set that lives only for the duration of one SQL query. It helps us break down complex queries into smaller, readable parts. That makes our code easier to debug and modify. Plus, we can reference the same CTE multiple times within a query, which boosts reusability. In short, CTEs make our SQL cleaner, clearer, and more maintainable. Let's talk about window functions, a powerful way to perform calculations without collapsing rows. Instead of grouping data and losing detail, we can calculate averages, sums, or ranks while keeping every row intact. For example, we can find the average salary per department using AVG with a partition. We also have functions like lead and lag to peek at next or previous rows, and ranking functions like rank and dense rank to order data with or without gaps. These tools give us flexibility and insight, all in one query. When we look at historical reporting, we're dealing with huge volumes of data, mostly for reading and analysis. This is where online analytical processing, or OLAP, shines. It's built for complex analytics, business intelligence, and data warehouses. On the other hand, online transaction processing, or OLTP, handles fast read and write operations. It supports frequent inserts and updates, like e-commerce orders or banking transactions. OLTP focuses on high data integrity and smaller query volumes. Together, OLAP and OLTP serve very different but essential roles in managing data. When a SQL query runs slow, there are several key strategies we can use to speed things up. First, creating indexes on columns we filter or join often can make lookups much faster. Then, instead of grabbing every column, we fetch only what we need to cut down on memory, and I/O choosing the right join type matters too, and we want to avoid cross joins on big tables. Filtering data early with where clauses reduces the rows we process. Analyzing execution plans helps spot bottlenecks. Finally, splitting huge tables by date or range limits the data scanned. These steps together make queries fly. That wraps up all 10 questions, from where versus HAVING to the difference between OLTP and OLAP. We've covered key concepts that will boost your SQL skills and get you ready for interviews. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Keep practicing, and you'll do great. This video was created with SlideSpeak. Visit SlideSpeak to turn your presentations into engaging AI-narrated videos.